to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Before we get into the video, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Also give the video a huge thumbs up, and yeah, let's do it. So today's video, I am basically going to be talking about all of the best films to be watching on Disney Plus from the 90s and early noughties. So all of the films I'm going to be talking about are going to be from 1990 all the way to 2005. I was originally going to be doing just 90s films, and then I realized a lot of my favorites from this era were actually early noughties, so I've done it that 15-year time span. The last few weeks I've basically been doing homework this video and rewatching all of my favorite films on Disney Plus that are in this time span, and honestly it's been the best kind of homework that you ever could have done. I have zero regrets. Obviously there is going to be a lot of the Disney animated classics like Beauty and the Beast, Toy Story, Monsters Inc, Atlantis, Treasure Planet, Bugs Life, all of those classic Disney movies, but I'm not going to really be talking about them. This is going to be more about the live action, great 90s movies that I loved to watch when I was a kid, pretty much. So the first movie is actually going to be The Parent Trap. If you didn't watch this movie as a kid, I don't know what you were doing, because your mind was being blown by Lindsay Lohan being both of the twins. I still to this day don't know how they did it in the 90s. The next one is going to be Princess Diaries 1 and 2. Absolute classics. I watched them all the time as a kid, and I watch them all the time now as well. I actually think I prefer Princess Diaries 2 to the first one, with Chris Pine as the prince. Absolutely insane. I loved it. I would watch that film again, and I only watched it like a week ago. Cheaper by the Dozen 1 and 2 is also on there as well. This is a 20th Century Fox movie, so it's awesome that that is on there. Love these movies. I love that recently they remade some of the clips from the film as them like now, like 20 years later. Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen, another Lindsay Lohan classic. Absolutely love this film, and it's got Megan Fox in it as well, which is like the craziest thing because they look like total babies, and I love like the style in this one. I think it's awesome. Classic 90s. Lizzie McGuire the series and Lizzie McGuire the movie. Absolutely love these. I didn't watch the series as much as a kid, but I've been watching a little bit since we've been in lockdown. But Lizzie McGuire the movie, where they go to Italy and they sing that classic "This is what dreams are made of." If you don't know that song, then honestly, such a classic. The Cheetah Girls. Now all of the Cheetah Girl movies are on Disney Plus. Not all of them fall into my 15-year bracket, unfortunately, but the first one definitely does. When I was a kid, I wanted nothing more than to be the 5th Cheetah Girl. Mighty Ducks 1, 2 and 3 are all on Disney Plus. I actually had not seen these films before I started to plan for this video. I think I might have seen the first one loosely, but not as in depth. It's one of my boyfriend's favorite films, so I was like, okay, I need to watch this. And I just fell in love with the whole thing. I love Coach Bombay, I love all of the kids, I love seeing them all grow up throughout all 3 movies, and I absolutely loved all 3 of them. And they're actually going to be making a 4th one as well, so I cannot be more excited for that. Cool Runnings is another one. Absolutely amazing. It's about a Jamaican bobsled team. Just absolutely love it. I think it's just classic, and it's so crazy. You don't realize half of these movies are actually Disney movies. Freaky Friday is another one with Lindsay Lohan in. They actually have remade Freaky Friday over on Disney Channel. So this is another film that is on Disney Plus, so Freaky Friday is on there. I think it's actually on there 3 times, with one from like the 60s. But if you haven't watched the new Freaky Friday as well, you definitely should. It's a musical twist version, and it's got a lady, I can't remember her name, I'm so sorry, but she was the original Ursula on Broadway, and she's just amazing. Newsies, the original recording, is on Disney Plus as well. I absolutely love the music in this. It's no secret that I'm a musical theatre fan, and if you have not seen this, you need to watch it. The Newsies Broadway recording is also on there as well, with Jeremy Jordan, so I recommend watching the film version and then the Broadway version as well. That's So Raven, a series that we all watched when we were kids, is on there. Kim Possible and Recess, absolutely love all of these. movies, and I cannot believe that I have the opportunity to watch them all over again. 10 Things I Hate About You, another one that's not a Disney movie but it's now owned by Disney, so it's on there. I absolutely live for that speech at the end where she talks about the 10 things that she loves about him, and I love it. Dr. Dolittle, another classic. A Goofy movie is also on there, and a very Goofy movie, although I think that one is out of the bracket. I feel like recently a Goofy movie has just become so popular and people just love watching it. Obviously Powerline is awesome, the song Eye to Eye is so catchy, and probably one of the best 90s Disney songs ever. Flubber, another live action Disney movie. I absolutely love Robin Williams in that 90s era where he was like the genie, Mrs. Doubtfire. That was just like the best time ever. That leads me on to say that Mrs. Doubtfire is also on Disney Plus and such a classic. Get a Clue, which is another underrated Lindsay Lohan Disney Channel movie, or what are they called? Disney Decom. This movie reminded me so much of like Legally Blonde, of like Elle Woods and the whole fashion, but she's also like trying to save the world. Absolutely loved it. I'm not sure if I'd seen this film before I watched it for this video, but yeah, it was just so cool, and I think it's as good as all the other Lindsay Lohan films. Haunted Mansion with Eddie Murphy. I absolutely love this film so much. I love any film that's like based on a Disney ride, and I think this one is my absolute favorite. I like it more than Pirates of the Caribbean, and I hope that the Jungle Cruise movie is going to be just as good as this, because every Halloween I watch this movie without fail. Herbie Fully Loaded. This is going to be the final Lindsay Lohan movie that I talk about. Hocus Pocus, another classic Disney Halloween movie. I absolutely love this film. I love the songs, I love Bette Midler, I love all of the characters. I know you've all seen Hocus Pocus. Holes is on there. This is a film that, well, I actually studied the book at school and I just think is so great. I love the story and it's so good for kids to read the book and then watch the film, and it's got baby Shia LaBeouf in. He's literally like this big. Inspector Gadget is also an underrated Disney film that a lot of people don't realize is a Disney film. Mr. Magoo is also on there. One of my favourite films when I was a kid was the National Treasure movies, and I think they're all on Disney Plus. I could be wrong. I recently went to Philadelphia and it was so amazing to see where all of the National Treasure films were filmed pretty much and what it was all based on. Never Been Kissed is also on Disney Plus. I absolutely live for this film. I love it so much. I watched it the other day and I was like, wow, I forgot how much I love Never Been Kissed. It's a Drew Barrymore film and she basically is a reporter and she's 25 years old, but they send her back to school to pretend to be a 17-year-old to like fit in to get a good story, and it's just is amazing. Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't feel like I need to say a lot about this because I know you've all seen Nightmare Before Christmas, and if you haven't seen Nightmare Before Christmas, what are you doing with your life? What are you doing with your Halloween life? Talking again about the movies that are based on rides, Pirates of the Caribbean is on Disney Plus. All of them are on there, but again, not all of them fit into my 15-year bracket. You all know that I'm a huge lover of musical theatre, so I'm obviously not going to mention Sister Act, another one that's not a Disney movie, but it now is. Who doesn't want Whoopi Goldberg on their screen? Sky High, another Disney Channel movie that you probably watched as a kid, and I rewatched it this week and I was so confused because Kurt Russell's in it and I was like, why do I know him? But he's actually Ego from Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which I also watched last week. Can't believe I haven't spoken about Hilary Duff as much as I have Lindsay Lohan is in this, but Cadet Kelly, oh my god, I forgot this movie even existed and I loved it so much more than I thought I was going to. Even Stevens movie. Now, I didn't watch Even Stevens that much when I was growing up. I think I've seen the movie before and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. And the last one is going to be The Ice Princess. I absolutely love this so much. I don't remember watching it as a kid. It has the girl in it that plays Georgina in Gossip Girl, and I recently watched Spinning Out on Netflix, which is amazing. If you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. And it gave me similar vibes to that, and I loved it. That concludes all of my 90s/noughties Disney Plus movies and TV series that you should watch. If you enjoyed this video, let me know down below, and I can definitely do some different themed ones. I can just do Disney Plus in general, or like musicals or something. I absolutely loved filming this video, and it gave me an excuse to watch Disney Plus for a million hours, so I'm never gonna argue with that. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Give the video a huge thumbs up, and go follow me on Instagram if you don't already. See you next week.